Robinson. I am a solutions consultant with Beyond 20, and in this video we are going to be exploring how we can find widgets, metrics, and other items that were created by specific users that are being stored in a specific user's folder instead of the team or global folders. Now, specifically we're going to be focusing on dashboard items like widgets and metrics, but this applies to other items in the system as well. The first thing that I'm going to start with is going to be a widget on a dashboard. So I have open the dashboard editor here, and if I want to see where a specific widget that is visible on a dashboard is stored, I can open up that widget or that widget's properties and click this info button at the bottom left, and I'll actually get some information about the name of that widget, the scope folder that it's stored in, and then the subfolders beneath the scope folder that this widget is stored in. Now this scope is going to show either global, team, role, or user. And if it shows user, we'll actually see user and then a hyphen and the user's name. And that's going to be important in a couple of seconds when we go to find where those widgets may be stored for a particular user. Now, I'm going to assume that a widget on a dashboard was stored under a specific user's scope folder. In this case, I'm just going to assume it's Andrew. And from there, if I want to find that widget, I need to open the Widget Manager. And I can either do that from within the dashboard editor by right-clicking on this widget screen on the left and selecting Widget Manager, or if I don't want to open the dashboard editor, then I can do so by going up to the Dashboards menu at the top of the screen and selecting Widget Manager. From here, I already have a couple of items on my screen that are kind of going to give away what we're going to do, but we're going to go up to the View menu and select Show Widgets for All Users. If you haven't done this before, then this is what you're going to see off in the list of scope folders would be your pinboard, your user, role, team, and global folders. If you have rights to see all users, and you go up to the View menu and select Show Widgets for All Users, an All Users folder will appear, and you can use this to drill down into individual users like Andrew, and we'll see widgets like the ones that are stored in their user folders. We can then edit those widgets, or we can copy and paste them out to separate folders. And that's all that we need to do to find widgets that are stored under a particular user's folder. Now, if we want to do this for metric definitions, the process is exactly the same. We can go into the Metric Manager, and if we were looking for a metric that was stored under a specific user's folder, then we would go to the View menu and we would select Show Metrics for All Users. Now here I actually don't have rights to show metrics for all users, so I'm going to have to open up the administrator tool and give myself, or the administrator role, rights for showing metrics for all users. So I'm going to open up my administrator tool. And then I'll update security groups for the admin security group, which is the one that I'm signed into. And then I just need to find the metrics section. And once on this metrics section, I'm going to select user metrics and allow myself to view from other users, as well as for the administrator group, I'm going to give them the rights to add, edit, or delete from other users. After I've done this, I may have to reload definitions or even sign in and sign out again before these security updates are recognized. But once I have done those things, I should be able to show metrics for all users. and look through these users' scope folders for any metrics that I believe they may be created or they may be creating that I need to have access to. This also works with one-steps and reports and other items within Cherwell. It is a common feature with these manager windows. So you can use that feature to find items that a user has created in their own scope folder. And again, if you are editing a one-step or a dashboard or a metric that has, and you need to have the information for where it's stored, you can usually bring up an info or an options screen, and on these screens you usually see information like the availability drop-down for where it's being stored and also what folder it's being stored in. That is all that we're going to show in this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/beyond20llc.